We're going to be using the microphone tonight. Hopefully you will be able to hear everybody over the rain. Before we get started, I just wanted to ask a quick question. Does anybody happen to have a Fuji Flying Fix style camera with a charger here? Good.
Video. How do you start the video? They're in red. Okay, cool. Sorry. Thank you.
Alright, well, this evening our first speaker is Mr. Ivan Lozano from Siquirres, Colombia, and he's going to be speaking about sustainable farm farming in Colombia. Thanks, Richard. I would like to thank you for the invitation. It's been very motivating invitation to us. As you are going to see during the presentation, we have gone a very hard way to get here. For 7 years we have been through very difficult times, and being recognized internationally by being invited to this event is great for us. It's been very motivating. First of all, I want to apologize for my English is not very good, so if you don't understand something, please raise your hand. I will try to repeat. Or Justin is supposed to help me with the presentation. Where are you? Okay. You promise. Great. I'm the owner of a very small farm in Colombia called Tesoro de Colombia. As you know, Colombia is a mega diverse country. You can see, due to its geographical location between Central America and South America, and having coasts on the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, having the Andes Cordillera that is divided into three branches, big branches, having the Amazon close to there. In Colombia we have a lot of ecosystems. Some of them are really rich in endemism, and of course the fauna there is incredibly diverse. In Colombia we have most of the ecosystems that you can find in the earth, from deserts to snow, rainforest, savanna, or whatever you want to think about. These cartograms from the Wikipedia web show the richness of Colombia in terms of amphibians. As you can see, Colombia is practically, by square meter or kilometer, has the biggest amount of amphibians in the world. And I think, I'm not a biologist, I'm an animal scientist, we believe that there are a huge amount of species to be discovered in Colombia. Not just frogs, salamanders, scorpions, and some other species from other taxa. But of course, this has been something really interesting for smugglers. This picture of the Wolf Lebanon was taken in 1998. This was a box with the IATA regulations, designed by IATA, using the IATA regulations. There was like 48 of these Lebanon inside of this box that were confiscated in the Bogota International Airport. It was trying to send to Barcelona in Spain using the diplomatic mail. And as you can see, there are a lot of interest for smuggling drugs from Colombia. And Lebanon had huge pressure on the populations for the illegal pet trade. In 1998, I used to manage a rescue rehabilitation center in Bogota, and we just in one confiscation at the international airport in Bogota, we received more than 200 Lebanese and more than 400 electronicas. So it was huge, and it was terrible for us to manage, because we were not prepared to have these amounts of drugs or have the adequate containers or food for them. So most of them died. It was a terrible loss. And since then, I got really interested in working in a sustainable way with this kind of drugs. I think somebody has to do it. Well, from the prehistory of the sustainable management of amphibians in Colombia, well, you know that since CITES appeared, many of the trade of wildlife was almost free in the world. Colombia used to export legally, the government exported legally for many decades skins from wildcats, otters, and of course some frogs. Since 1978, Colombia regulated the fauna trade, and since then it was prohibited to export or to smuggle wildlife. In order to promote sustainability with these regulations, Colombia tried to develop a system of wildlife farming, choosing 5 or 6 species that could be farmed and exported legally from Colombia. This included caiman for skins, iguana, tegu lizards, boa constrictor, and capybaras. In the 80s, most of the cattle ranch owners saw that there was an opportunity and created more than 300 criaderos, which is the name in Spanish for these kind of farms. Of course, they were created without any knowledge about the ecology, behavior, or needs, so basic needs of the species, and most of them just broke because the animals were, died, and there was not economical reason to keep them up. And today, around 40 survive, mainly for breeding of caimans for the skin trade. The sad story is that, according with the owners of these criaderos in Colombia, only 20% of the skins that are exported from Colombia are really produced in this criaderos. The rest of the skins, of course, you can imagine where they come from, because it's not. It's not a good business. Other countries like I think it's Indonesia are producing larger numbers of Colombian caiman for skin trade. So, in the past 3 years, we have seen almost 10 projects that have started with the idea of farming poison frogs in Colombia, but all of them stopped for several reasons. Some of them didn't have technical results. Some of them didn't get the permits, but many people was discouraged of starting poison frog farming in Colombia because it was really difficult. The regulations there were designed for caiman, because caiman is like 90% of the wildlife farming in Colombia. So it was really almost impossible to bring start a real poison crop farm facility. Well, here you can see Manuel Sanchez from our Restaurant Enterprises on the right, with my two partners with whom we started the project in 2006. As a specialist on Colombian regulations on wildlife and as a specialist on breeding wildlife in captivity, we thought with Germán Corredor, which is the guy with the white shirt on the left of the picture. Germán Corredor used to work at Cali Zoo. He created the CREA, which is it was a center for conservation and research for endangered species. We believe that we should, change the history and start finally this frog farm project. And we thought we were really, really strong, and we have the knowledge, and we can, change history. Together with my uncle, which is close to Manuel, he put some money to start the project. In 2006, we looked for a place to do the project. We finally choose a land 2 hours from Bogota, 2 hours from the international airport. Now Bogota is 2,600 meters above sea level. We choose a place which is between 900 and 1,200 meters above sea level. It was a place dedicated to pastures and sugarcane production. Very nice, surrounded by very nice landscape, but the access was really difficult. And then we started the legal process, the legal nightmare, if I can say, in a good way. Between 2006 and 2008, we managed to get the environmental license for the project and the permit to start working with the Western cattle and 32 species of butterflies. The law in Colombia is very complex, and it has these characteristics in which any lawyer can do any kind of interpretation. So we asked for a permit to get 7 species of poison crops to start the project. But the interpretation of the lawyers and the environmental authority was that we can only start with one, because Druncaldus was the only species present in this place, So they can give us the permit to collect and to start the project. So that was the interpretation. I tried to do my best to convince them, but I failed. Between 2008 and 2009, we got the building license, which was another nightmare because for planification offices at the municipality, there was no use for wildlife farming. So we had to again get the help from a lawyer to start getting the permit. We built the facilities with a small budget. I think we have to build the entrance to the farm, which was disappearing. We kept all the surrounding vegetation because we started an ecological restoration project around the facilities. It was very difficult. The road was terrible. Every time you got some rain, you have to stop the car as close as possible to the project, and then start carrying the stuff to the construction site. Well, not in this case. In this case, we were managing to get the fridge over there, but that fridge had to spend the night there, waiting for the water to drain. That car was amazing. I'm not doing a commercial for Nissan, but this car is incredible. We had to bring the power, the electricity. Yeah, we managed to make a small aqueduct, bring some water, and develop the whole place from zero. During this construction period, there was a very huge rainfall. The rainy season was the most terrible rainy season in decades in Colombia. So, do you remember where the picture with the truck with the bridge was? It was the same curve. Just the road disappeared. So we had to finish the construction. Now working 2 kilometers, carrying all the stuff to the construction site. But finally we got to finish the construction. This is one of the labs. I think it's okay. We managed to get some used stuff, like used doors for the building, because we always try to reuse or recycle stuff. This is the interior of this lab. We have the sprinkler system from Understone Enterprises. Thanks, Mark. It's really nice. You have there some of the drawing for the parents of Siquirres. It's another picture of it. Finally, we managed to bring all this stuff up there and start doing what we like most, deal with the science of breeding these animals. We designed to collect water from the roofs, made some filters, made some pumping, and most of the water that we use are collected from the rain. Most of the plays have been recovered using native vegetation, and now this is how it looks, the project. There's no the house where the staff lives, and the labs are really covered by vegetation. It's really wild, and it's really nice. We believe that there's more than 160 species of vertebrates in this place. The area of the property is only 6 hectares, and it's incredibly diverse in life. You can find almost 100 species of birds, vertebrates, butterflies, tarantulas. Well, in 2010, we got the parents for both butterflies and the nocturcatus and started to develop all the breeding guidelines. We started to get the first results. And in 2011, we finally convinced the environmental authority that in 2008 they should have given the permit for the rest of the species. It took 3 years for that. And they finally said, okay, maybe we were wrong, right? So they gave us the permit to bring the species from the Pacific area, the Pacific of Colombia, and we managed to start looking for these other species. Pilobates terribilis, Alataenia, bicolor, Undulates oladas, Orca alemana, Orca historica, and we started to ask for the permits to collect the animals in the Pacific coast of Colombia, which are different authorities from the one in which the farm is. But of course, the authorities never reply positively. Always that we ask for collection permit, they always say that recently an indigenous community just established in that point in which we are looking for getting the frogs. So we can't go there and get the frogs. And we were, well, spent like a year trying to get the frogs. So we had this idea of trying to make an interpretation of regulations about getting the parents for the program from zoos. We finally convinced the authority that we can get the animals from captive bred animals from zoos, and 3 or 4 zoos help us in Colombia and send some of the parents to the Socorro. In August 2011, we got the commercial permit for the Rochester cats and the 32 species of butterflies, and in November 2011, the first legal group of poison frogs from Colombia were exported. We were like partying for a couple of days. We exported like 200 something from Carlos to Mark in Canada. In 2012, we exported it to Canada again, and then to Germany, 400 to Carlos. But yes, we never expected what happened next. Then there was no more offers for the enrolled Sacas, and we didn't have any other permits. We didn't have any other income. So we were like really in a bad situation. We started running out of money because nobody will buy dendroides truncatus. Nobody were buying butterflies. We didn't have the permit for the other species, so we were just maintaining the staff and the facilities with our money. And finishing in 2012, my partners decided to leave the project. They said that we should shut down the whole thing and abandon the idea of continuing getting species to the hobby. But I decided to go on by myself. Yesterday, Justin told me that I'm a terrible businessman. And he's right. He's really right. But I mean, someone has to do it. And I have been keeping, working to get money to pay for the expenses of this project since all this year. I think I'm doing the correct thing. I think we are so far, I can't stop now. But the other thing is that the costs were really high because during these months in which we cannot export, of course the numbers of the frogs were increasing, and having almost 2,000 frogs, we have to stop breeding them until we got the permit for exporting. After hiring another lawyer, we had this conflict with the environmental authority. They say that we have to develop an identification system for the parents of the frogs that we wanted to export. So I have to develop the national identification system for farm frogs and give it to the National Environmental Ministry, of course, for free. In order to get the permit, they kindly accepted, and we finally get the opportunity to get the commercial permit for these 3 species that we have there. We have 2 months each for each species, and we hope to sell them all in the next months in order to keep our mental health. What's next? Some optimistic picture now. Well, we have, during all this time, we have developed a very nice protocol for breeding oophagas. We have several morphs of Stronica and Lemonine. We have achieved really nice results. Next month, we are submitting the application for getting the commercial permit of these two oophagas and also Kilowatt bicolor. We have two more of them. And hopefully, well, a month ago, I hired the top lawyer in Colombia, which is a friend of mine. He's not charging me at this moment. It's going to be really extensive, but at this moment, he understands the situation and he's trying to help me. And we're submitting the application. Hopefully, in less than a year, we are going to be able to export these other three species. Also, of course, we want to bring some more species to the criadero. Several morphs. Colombia has a lot of morphs of Oophaga sylvatica. We should try to bring some of these morphs to the criadero and start doing the process, which is what we think it's almost 2 years to get them out in the market. Also, we think that maybe we can get this species. This is distributed in Pacific coast of Colombia in a very, very difficult area. It's a red zone, so like a corridor for drug dealing, drug trafficking. But maybe we can go to another risk for all the hobbyists out there. Also, we are thinking about bringing some Andinobates as well as some Ranitomelias, like these ones. And the last thing is that we have been invited by another environmental authority that is located in the coffee production area of Colombia, like cloud forest or Andean forest. This environmental authority has a very revolutionary project that they have started 3 years ago. They had done the population analysis for this species, the Andinobates of Pistomelas. They want us to run this project. It's a community-based project. They want us to enrich the area surrounding a national park called the Selva de Florencia National Park, which is thought to be places in Colombia. They say that there are more than 70 endemic species of amphibians just to this place. So it's a very nice project, at least in the paper. But they have created the idea that we can go there, work with the community, ask them to ranch some individuals, pay them for that in order that they can start making an ecological restoration project on their properties instead of burning down for making place for cows or cattle or other economical activity. And with, if they can get some value to the wildlife there, well, it could be something that it could be a nice example of doing a sustainable project with community conservation. The idea is that after we deal with this species, we can bring something like this to the market, which are distributed over there as well. The Adimates Horizonsoni and Taylor Swansoni, which are really, really good looking, as you can see. And they have told me that they agree that we can do this. And also, from this place, we can also think about getting some other species of amphibians, reptiles, and also plants. The idea is that we have this unique opportunity to change history of sustainability in terms of direct impact on conservation. But all this can only be done if at this moment we get the support from all the enthusiasts of crops around the globe. For decades I have seen publications wondering when Colombia is going to export liver crops. I have done it, and I will tell you, I'm not hearing any response from the enthusiasts. It's been really difficult to sell the crops. It's been really difficult to talk about truncados. It's been really difficult to sell even the derivatives. I don't know why. I have put a lot of my life on this project, and at this point, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I mean, I can of course lead the sustainable use of crops in Colombia, but of course I can't do it by myself anymore. I have the support. I have got the support from people really close to me, like Mark. This is Mark and Manuel at the facility. Take a look at the lemonade, and of course it's motivating. And I know that at least then and now the organizers of this symposium by inviting me, the Black Jungle, I'm really grateful. But you know, debts, I have to pay debts, and it's a huge amount of debt. And hopefully the history of the Paso de Colombia will change in the near future. I mean, we can do some great things with this idea. It has proven to work. If we can make it and do this sustainable project with the communities around this national park, it's going to be huge. But at least if you can convince yourself that maybe this can be discussed back in your countries as maybe a project that can be supported, I would really appreciate it. I would like to thank you for all your attention to my English. If you have any questions, I will be glad to hear them. Thank you very much.
The building that you have built under, is there any kind of climate control involved with that, or is that just treated natural ventilation? And also with the lake lion and the Hispanic, was that artificial propagation, or were you having French over here, you just using those small ones?
Well, the building doesn't have any everything is natural. We based the green building concept. No air conditioning, just we're managing the exposure to the sunlight and temperature and humidity. but no air conditioning. And the other night, we have gone to different processes. We try different types of varying the tadpoles. Now we are using only eggs from the females, and we just separate the tadpoles in small containers, and that's it. Yeah, we were in outside there for small classes. Another question?